The Kashmir issue is a complex and long-standing dispute between India and Pakistan. India holds a firm stance on Kashmir, maintaining that the entire region, including Poke, is an integral part of its territory. This claim is rooted in the Instrument of Accession, signed by the then Maharaja of Kashmir in 1947. Despite the ongoing dispute, India has refrained from launching a full-scale military operation to reclaim Poke. This decision is a calculated and pragmatic approach, recognizing the tremendous cost of a military solution. India is committed to resolving the Kashmir issue through peaceful and diplomatic means. It has consistently called for bilateral dialogue with Pakistan to find a lasting solution. However, these efforts have been repeatedly stonewalled by Pakistan's insistence on involving a third party. India remains steadfast in its belief that dialogue, not violence, is the only way forward in Kashmir. India possesses a formidable military force, ranking among the most powerful in the world. Its army is battle-hardened, with significant experience in high-altitude warfare. The Indian Air Force boasts advanced fighter jets and a robust air defense system. However, any military action in the context of Kashmir carries significant risks. The terrain in Poke is mountainous and challenging, making large-scale military operations logistically complex. Moreover, the specter of nuclear escalation looms large, as both India and Pakistan are nuclear-armed states. India's military strategy prioritizes deterrence and defense, maintaining a strong posture to deter aggression while ensuring border security. India is a responsible member of the international community. It plays an active role in global forums like the United Nations and the G20. A military operation in Kashmir would have severe repercussions for India's international standing. The global community advocates for a peaceful resolution to the Kashmir issue. A military conflict would draw international condemnation and could lead to sanctions. This would damage India's growing economy and its image as a rising global power. India continues to engage in diplomatic outreach, highlighting Pakistan's role in sponsoring cross-border terrorism. Section 4. Countering terrorism, seeking dialogue. India has long maintained that the root cause of the Kashmir problem lies in Pakistan's support for cross-border terrorism. Terrorist groups operating from Pakistani soil have infiltrated Indian-administered Kashmir, creating an atmosphere of fear and instability. India has been resolute in its efforts to counter this menace, strengthening its security apparatus and intelligence-gathering capabilities. While prioritizing its security concerns, India has not abandoned the path of dialogue. It has consistently advocated for talks with Pakistan, emphasizing that a peaceful resolution is in the best interests of both nations. Despite challenges, India remains committed to finding a lasting solution through peaceful means. Section 5. Development as the path to peace. India firmly believes that economic development and prosperity are crucial for peace and stability in Jammu and Kashmir. In recent years, the government has launched several ambitious development initiatives in the region. These include infrastructure projects, educational institutions, and healthcare facilities. The aim is to create employment opportunities, improve living standards, and empower the Kashmiri people. India recognizes that addressing the genuine grievances of the local population is essential for lasting peace. These efforts are gradually yielding positive results, with signs of improvement in the security situation and renewed optimism among the youth. Section 6. The China Factor, a looming shadow. Adding another layer of complexity to the Kashmir issue is the China factor. China too has territorial claims in the region, occupying a part of Ladakh. The unresolved border dispute between India and China further complicates the geopolitical dynamics. A military conflict in Kashmir could potentially draw China into the fray, leading to a two-front war scenario that India would be keen to avoid. India's primary focus remains on finding a peaceful resolution to the border dispute with China through dialogue and diplomacy. Section 7. The human cost of conflict. Perhaps the most compelling reason for India's restraint is the humanitarian cost of war. A military conflict in Kashmir would inevitably result in significant civilian casualties. The region is densely populated, and any large-scale military operation would have devastating consequences for innocent lives. Moreover, a war would trigger a massive refugee crisis, displacing millions of people and exacerbating the suffering in the region. India prioritizes the safety and well-being of all civilians in the region. It recognizes that a military solution would only lead to more suffering and instability.